G'day mates, in today's video I'm going to answer the big question everyone's asking: when is the preseason ending? When are arena points resetting? Is it in tonight's update or is it going to be even longer? Also, I want to talk about what tonight's update is going to be because this should be the return of building, but what if building is not coming back the way a lot of us are expecting, because we have a lot of leaks pointing towards building not making a return completely tonight. And I also want to talk about a new theory I have for how the no building mode could be OG Fortnite, how they could really make the no building mode fun for everyone, including those of you guys who like building. I know that sounds crazy, so give me a chance. I'm going to cover that at the end of today's video. So let's talk about, let's just jump into it. I wanted to start off with this question because you guys have been asking me so much on my Twitch channel in the comments. There's a lot of confusion going around. What is going on with preseason? So again, preseason is just the arena points not resetting at the start of a new season. We've talked enough about why Epic do it. As much as most people in the community disagree with it, it happens. But you guys are confused on when it's actually going to reset. And the answer is, we don't know. We do not know when arena points are resetting. Epic has said absolutely nothing. I've made several tweets, a lot of people in the community talking about it, asking for some kind of a communication from Epic, and we don't have it. I did want to get you the stats of the last few seasons to give you the best estimate of what could be going on right now. So since preseason has started, Chapter 2 Season 6 launched on March 17th. Preseason ended 1 week later. Chapter 2 Season 7 launched on June 7th, and the preseason ended 15 days later. And Chapter 2 Season 8 launched September 12th, and this preseason ended 16 days ago. So it looks like they went from doing 1 week preseasons to now 2 week preseasons for the last 2 seasons. So my best bet is we're going to be waiting until at least 2 weeks until this preseason ends. The reason why I say at least is because we also have another evaluation cup taking place on the 5th. And if that evaluation cup is taking place on the 5th, there is a very good chance Epic is going to try to leave people with their points because you'll have to be in Champions Division to play. That is what scares me. I don't know why Epic would do longer than a 2-week preseason, but I don't understand how they're going to be able to do this evaluation cup if they reset the points, because what they're usually trying to evaluate in these tournaments is how the servers work, how competitive's looking, all that kind of stuff. And there's almost no point evaluating a cup if almost anyone can play opens, because it just won't be a fair representation of how things are playing out. I guess because it has 2 rounds, you might as well just have everyone play, and I'm gonna guess the top 50 teams are still going to be relatively the pros or the best teams who make it through, and then they'll play in finals, and then you can evaluate, you know, server performance and the meta and all those kind of things in the finals. But I do not want a preseason that lasts until the 5th. That is 8 more days away. We've already been 1 week in this season, but that would also make it around that 15-16 day mark, which we've had for the last 2 seasons. So there's a very, very good chance that I think arena points will be ending after that tournament, but I'm really hoping Epic gives some kind of a word, because like I tweeted out today, we really were getting going in the right direction with Epic at the end of Chapter 2. Communication was looking really, really good. And yes, we have a bit of a roadmap right now. We just know that it's going to be duo FNCS at the moment, but that's literally it. We're back to not knowing when tournaments start. We don't even know when preseason is ending. Like, I know this season's been just massive for content and massive for casual player base, and that's amazing. I love that. But as I always say in my videos, it doesn't need to come at the expense of the competitive community. They're not even asking for that much right now. Just give us a heads up on when preseason ends so people know what's going on, because this is a very, very short season. I believe this season's only supposed to be about 70 days long. The last season was 100 days long. We had no preseason last season, and it still felt rushed towards the end. FNCS was crammed into 3 weeks. We had the console cup taking place on the last day of the season. We now have a 30-day less season, and we have a preseason at the start of it, which pushes all the tournaments back, because obviously you have to give people time to get Champions Division before you kick off the tournament. So if we've got preseason lasting another week, and then they give us the usual 2 weeks to get champs, we're 4 weeks into a 70-day season. That is insane to me. We are pretty much a third of the way into the season before tournaments even start, and we still have to get FNCS going as well. So I really, really hope Epic can give us a heads up on what is going on at the moment, because right now everyone's in the dark. I will mention one of the other theories and options is we do have an update taking place today as of this video going live. It's going to come out tonight around 1 a.m. ET, or around the usual time that we have them. It isn't a content update though. It isn't scheduled to be a content update. No downtime, but that could be when they might be resetting points. A lot of people are very hopeful for this. We've had absolutely no word, and I feel like Epic would at least give us some heads up on when arena points are resetting. It wouldn't just happen in some kind of an update that also we haven't really had any word from. Epic hasn't said anything about an update. Maybe they will tweet out after this video goes live. This update is supposed to be around map changes that I'll be talking about in a second, but there is a chance the arena points reset with this. I've heard a lot of people in the community talking about this. A lot of people in my Twitch chat being like, oh my god, Aussie, points are resetting tomorrow. We have absolutely no evidence to suggest the points are resetting tomorrow. Some people are just being very, very hopeful because there is an update and they're just hoping, like I am, for the preseason to end. So if we aren't getting an arena point reset, what are we getting tonight? And the main one is building is coming back to public matches. iFireMonkey has been talking about this. He is the one who figured out that building was going to be taken out of Fortnite the first time. He has been saying that tonight is when building is going to return. So I'm trusting him on this one. And we also have some theories going around that building is not going to completely return tonight. I talked about this in a previous video that people have been saying that with the whole storyline going around of, you know, the IO versus the 7 in this war, and we're restoring building by helping the 7, tonight we are going to have the blue area of the map, which is the area the 7 control, expanding. And in this, potentially, we're only going to have building return in those areas, not the areas controlled by the IO. Again, this is just a theory, but it's a theory that's gaining a lot of popularity right now. So we will get building back tonight in some form, according to iFireMonkey, and I trust him on this one, but I don't think we're going to get map changes or anything major because it's not set to actually be a content downtime, which is when map changes happen. So you take the servers down, we wait, and we jump back in. This one's just set to be a like kind of toggle on off switch. And we know that Epic is playing around with the building on off settings with just the flick of a switch. We've kind of well documented that from the different leakers right now. And it also looks like we have even more information coming out around the building and even more evidence to produce the fact that we are going to have a no building mode. We had HypeX tweeting out when Fortnite enables the no building side modes after building returns to the core modes, the damage to environment in those modes will be reduced by 25% when it's dealt by weapons, not pickaxes, so people can use environment as cover more often. Now, this is big for a few things. It means that obviously we know the building is returning, and that's set to be tonight. We also have been talking about how we think that Fortnite is going to keep the no building as its own game mode. We've had a lot of evidence for that. We now have even more evidence for it, and it's evidence that's going along with what I've already talked about, where they are developing the no build mode. They are thinking about ways they can make the no build mode better, and this is what I've been looking forward to. Epic really has a chance here to capture all these people who've come back to the game who are absolutely loving it, make them happy, put building back in pubs, develop the game for them, make them happy, and hopefully make competitive happy as well. I know it's a tall ask, but Epic is a billion-dollar company with one of the greatest games ever created. They have a chance right now to really take the big next step in making Fortnite back to what it was when it used to be fantastic. Everyone has always argued about how to make Fortnite great again. Why can't we have it just be what everyone wants? Have a good competitive game mode with good comp settings, have a public match where building is still a thing, but you have the wacky fun items and most of the people are playing arena, so it's not as sweaty. And then you have the full no building game mode for people who really just don't like the building aspect of the game. No more arguing which is sweatier, which is better, which is worse. It's just which you enjoy more, and that is fine. No one has to be right in this debate of which is better. It's just what you like more. It's like your favorite flavor of ice cream. You don't have to defend why you like it. You just like it more. I don't personally like the no building game mode. I don't have as much fun playing in it, but I don't, hate on people who do. I fully understand why other people like it at the same time. It isn't my cup of tea, but if you guys are enjoying it and Fortnite can build it, it means it's only going to help the rest of us. The more battle passes the people buy, the more skins they buy, the more content creators they watch, the better the scene will be and the better Fortnite will be. This is the chance right now for Epic to really nail this down and go in all the different directions, but keep everyone happy at the same time. I don't know whether it's going to happen. I know I'm hoping for a lot. Epic has let us down a few times in the past with things like this. I just started off today's video talking about how competitive can't even be told when preseason's ending, so I know it's a tall ask, but I'm putting the pressure on Epic because they have the ability to do so right now. Also, we've talked about a few ways that we could bring the no building game mode back and still have it feel a bit more fun, because right now there are some big holes in it. The map really isn't designed for it. It's way too big. It's way too open. The items aren't 100% designed for it. Yes, shockwaves are great, and yes, you can use the cow catch as a bit of cover, but I really want to see some other things added. I want to see some smoke grenades added. I want to see shield bubbles added. I would love to see some maybe fun items like the storm flip added for a cool new element as well. But the big thing I haven't had a chance to talk about in the video, and I made a tweet about this that even Cypher PK actually responded to Ninja about, referencing saying he thinks it's a great idea for the game, is what if the smart builds that have been in the game for so long, or sorry, have have been in development for so long that have never gone into the game we've talked about is actually going to be going in this no build mode. Everyone's talking about how, you know, the no building kind of feels like old school Fortnite, but it still isn't. You still get stuck in the open. You can't build forts. You can't build anything. And people have talked about, you know, turning off turbo building, and that'd be a good way to let people, you know, place down builds slowly so it wouldn't feel as sweaty. But I think doing these smart builds on a long cooldown would really capture the idea of what OG Fortnite was, you know, building a fort on the hill or building a ramp to go up a mountain, but then not having it be the way you're full box edit one pumping someone, because you just have to put these builds on a really long cooldown. So you couldn't use them in the middle of the fight. You couldn't like engage a fight and edit one pump someone, but you could build cover, you could build forts, and you could build defensive situations. So we go back to what Fortnite was, because in chapter 1, yes, everyone sucked at building, but building is still what captured a lot of people to Fortnite. The no building is in this weird in-between spot where it feels a bit nostalgic, but a lot of people realizing they're gonna get bored of this very quickly when the hype of it dies down. But I think trying to kind of progress the no building game mode potentially with this smart build could be a way to do it, because we're all scared of how this smart build is going to affect the game. We all thought it was going to go into, you know, normal Fortnite. Players were basically going to have macros where they could just build infinite 1x1s in 0.1 second. And I don't think Fortnite's crazy enough to do that. So if this whole time it could have been a way to develop it for the no build mode, I really think that makes a lot of sense. All right, guys, that does it for another video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please chuck a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.